braised chicken breasts. I got some chicken breasts on the bone, which I'll debone, take them off. We're gonna flour them, saute them with some chicken breasts to get a nice coating on the outside. And we're just gonna use up some of the stuff we got, like tomatoes, onions, carrots, mushrooms, celery. I mean, we're gonna use up a bunch of stuff, and we're gonna basically show you how, like in cooking, how sometimes everything is right at the moment, all of the new, like everything is like when you're sauteing or something like that, everything is just as you go, and it's very fast. This is one of those things where you do everything all at once. You go ahead and get your chicken cooked, you get your vegetables sauteed off, you're gonna get your wine in there, you're gonna let the tomatoes and stuff break down and create this nice braising liquid, then you're gonna put your chicken in there, and then you're just gonna let it do what it does for like the next half hour, 45 minutes. And since we're cooking the chicken and tomato, we don't have to break it down or anything, like pound it out. The acidity that's in the tomato and the braising, and it's gonna break the chicken down, and it's gonna be form tender. So before we get into that, I just want to get a little story in of what I seen today, man. It bothered me because I read it, I watched the videos, this Asian dude, a YouTube figure, having fun with somebody from the BBC, and it was just a fun video about making rice. And you know, this dude teased the lady about the way she makes her rice, and then a week later I'm looking on Google and I'm hearing all these different stories about how people are fighting over or arguing about how the rice was made and what's traditional, and there's so many different arguments. Let me just say this, man. Between politics, between racism, between the injustices that are going on in the world, between religion, between our views of each other as human beings, man, there's so many people out there arguing and fighting over what's right and wrong, what's good and bad, and they're ready to continue in their fight. If you so petty that you gotta worry about how someone's cooking rice, man, you got way too much time on your motherfucking hands, bro. Simple as that, all right? If you want to hate somebody, hate the Italians. What they did, they took rice, they created something like risotto. They added cream, they added butter, they added stock, they turned it into a whole different dish. You got Spanish people and Indian people that love to cook the rice in and get the nice crust at the bottom. You got Chinese people, or Japanese people that want the rice to be sticky so we can make it to make our sushi rolls. It don't matter, bro. Rice is rice. If it's that personal, you keep cooking your rice the way you want to cook it. I mean, I don't cook rice a million different times, and I know what works, what doesn't work, and it doesn't matter. Every time you cook rice, it's a new experience. So if you got the time to sit around and argue and bitch and moan about how someone's cooking their rice, bitch, get up off your ass and get in the kitchen and go do something and make an example. Other than that, shut the fuck up, all right? So all we're about to do is get up off our ass and get in the kitchen. I'm gonna make this braised chicken, and I'm gonna show you how to make a nice meal that everybody can enjoy, and everybody can just sit and peacefully eat. And ain't nobody arguing about what was right, what was wrong, what's good, what's bad, whatever. Your opinion is your opinion. Good. Get it out there, but realize everybody else has one too, bro. So just use what works for you, homie. Just use what works for you. But all this arguing and all this nonsense, man, get the fuck out of here with that, all right? We're about to cook some food, so I'm about to go put a smile on my face and get busy. So let's go get into this and do this, all right? All right, first off, you see we got these 2 chicken breasts. They're both fresh, just got our hands on them today. They're both uneven. This one's about almost half the size of this one. I'm gonna just use the meat from this. We're gonna take this meat, we're gonna do something special with it later on. But basically, when you're filleting the meat off the bone on a chicken, use your fingers. First, start off with your fingers. See how it splits in between the bones? You just want to split. The main thing that's going to be your main problem is this one little bone right here, which I'm going to start working on. This one, the main things. The rest of this meat is going to come out pretty beautifully. We're not going to have much meat left on the bone or anything. But there's one little pain in the butt right here. This always gets in your way. So
So once we got that out the way, then we go ahead and start filleting. And basically you're just working the bone. The bone is your friend, and you're just working against them in a positive way. You don't ever want to work against your friends, but in a situation like this, it works. You're gonna feel a little bit of the knuckle right around here. Just work yourself out of that knuckle and get your meat pretty much all separated. Now I just want to take the bone off because we're saving this bone for the rest of our other bones, and we got the stock that we're going to use to make this. Not for this, but we're going to make our chicken stock, and I got all these bones piled up. That's what we've been saving them for. I want to show you how to make a real nice, well-flavored chicken stock that you could always have in your fridge whenever you're ready to use or anything. Then we pretty much got our whole chicken breast intact, as you can see. The only thing I want to do is take out this little tendon right here, and this I'm doing just because my daughter, she hates this part. And now what we got is basically this beautiful piece of chicken. And all we're gonna do is basically just butter flat a little bit, because it's gonna, well, you know what? This is cooked, this is formed so well, I don't even want to do anything with this because I forgot we're braising it. So I wanted to stay in a nice uniform piece as such. We got our tenderloin, we got our meat, everything is boneless. We got our tendons out. So we're basically gonna flour this one up, seasoned flour, then we're gonna fry it in some butter, we're gonna get that going. All right, so basically we got here, I put some regular all-purpose flour in to dredge this chicken. We're gonna hit it with about a tablespoon and a half of chili powder. We're gonna hit it with about a tablespoon of black pepper. We're gonna hit it with a teaspoon of cayenne. Hit it with a half a tablespoon of salt. And then probably a tablespoon of garlic powder. And from there, you can use these and do what you want to do, but I've always been a hands-on individual. So I just get my hands in there, get the flour going, get it all mixed up. You just want to make sure every piece of this chicken is coated. Inside the skin, in the crevices. Because like I said, this is going to be a coating for it's going to help with our thickening. We're not going to have to put no thickener or anything with this. It's going to help create a beautiful, luscious, viscous kind of braising liquid. And that's basically what we want. Alright, so we're gonna let this rest for a little bit. See how he's nice and ready to go. We're gonna let him rest for a second. We're gonna get our vegetables chopped up. We're gonna get this all going in a pan and we'll show you how fast it works. Alright, what we got right here is we got our pan heating up. You see I got a little bit of oil in there, about a quarter of a cup. I'm gonna match that with about 4 ounces of butter. We got our chicken ready to be cooked. Here is what we're about to start cooking. We got some mushrooms, we got onions, we got parsley, we got our tomatoes, we got a little bit of green pepper, carrots, celery, and some garlic. We're gonna add some spices, we're gonna add some red wine, we're gonna get all this going. But first things we need to do is we need to get this chicken cooking. And once we get this going, we're gonna break down all these vegetables and get these ready to go. See that? I'm gonna get our chicken going, and I wanna put our chicken skin side down. That's the reason why I kept the skin, because I wanted to get that nice golden brown. That's gonna help with the flavor. Like I said, this is gonna be all about layering flavors right now. So you see that's going nice and sweet. I'm gonna let that go about 5 minutes each side. I got it on medium to medium high heat. Again, looking for a nice dark golden brown. It's only gonna be about a third of the way cooked through. And then once I get that done, I'll empty out the oil, and then we're gonna get our veggies going, and we're gonna start the sauce, and then we're gonna get the chicken in there, and we're gonna start the braising, baby. Right now. Nothing exciting to see here. Basically, we're breaking them down. I'm just dicing everything because eventually what's gonna happen is everything's gonna break down enough to where it's pretty much liquefied. Becomes part of the sauce, and that's kind of like what we want. I'm going to chop the mushrooms extra chunky because I like a little meatiness to go with our chicken breast. Give our chicken a little turn. Because I can hear it, so you gotta pay attention when you're cooking, because I can hear it start to settle down, so it's being ready to be turned. You see that nice golden brown, what we're looking for? That's exactly what we're looking for. Yeah, we're getting nice and brown on that side. Now we just turn it on that side because it's a big enough piece. Go ahead and just let that cook on that side for a little bit more. Chicken looks nice. I'm finished chopping these tomatoes. You can see from right here, we got our veggies ready to go. We got our tomatoes. I'm just gonna finish chopping those. Our chicken is nice and brown. He's ready to go. So we're just gonna get this all layered up, get ready to cook, get rid of this oil, and get ready to get this thing hot and toasted again. All right, now we getting ready to do something, right? We got our chicken resting. Got our pan nice and hot. We wiped it out a little bit to get some of the excess oil and stuff out, but we still got a little bit of that fond left from the browning of the chicken. We're gonna go ahead and get our butter in. You see how it's all mixed? We turn it brown, it's getting all that good stuff up, and it's browning at the same time. That's what we're looking for. Just so you know, this parsley, I'm just saving it for the last touch up at the end. Right now, it's all about layering them flavors and getting that food working. All right, so you see it stop. You see how nice, calm down. You see the steam coming up. You see how it's just like nice and brown, golden, and toasty. That's what's gonna add the flavor right there. So we're gonna get all of our veggies in there. And I know it seems like a lot at first, but trust me, all of this is gonna break down. And probably to like a quarter of all this. Just to help this a little bit, I'm gonna give it about half a tablespoon of salt. No, a little bit less. That's about a third of a tablespoon of salt. And I'm gonna give it half a tablespoon of pepper. That's just gonna help get them juices and stuff flowing. It's gonna keep everything going just right. And you can see once we get this nice and brown and toasty, we're gonna add our mushrooms, then we're gonna add our red wine. I know a lot of people say red wine and chicken don't go together. Kill that shit. We're braising. We're doing something brand new, like as far as like you want richness, you want something lively to go with your sauce. White wine is very light, it ain't gonna bring it. we're looking for sustenance right here. So a touch of red wine to go with the tomatoes and a pinch of sugar at the end. It's gonna make a really, really awesome sauce. So we're gonna let this keep going and browning and do what it does. As you can see, these vegetables got nice and brown. Mushrooms, everything cooked down. It's about halfway done. It's about that time we're gonna hit it with our red wine. I said we're gonna do about half a cup. Maybe 2 quarters. That ain't gonna hurt nobody. We're gonna let that go because red wine has a lot of alcohol in it. It's a reason why it's a rich wine. So we're gonna let all that alcohol burn out. We're gonna keep the good stuff. And we're gonna get our tomatoes in. And we're gonna get working on our parsley and get that chicken going. As you can see, there's not too much left. Just let the rest cook out a little bit. And it really doesn't matter. As long as you got most of it cooked out, it's alright. The rest are gonna cook out regardless. Once you add your stock and then you add your chicken and you let it break down and cook. So I'm gonna go about, what, 1.5 cups of chicken broth. Almost forgot. For something like this, you would like to have like just a little bit. I'm gonna throw in probably like a half a bay leaf. We don't need much. But that's gonna give that little savory, home cooked kind of feel to our sauce. Damn, this looks good just by itself. We can just throw the chicken in and forget the tomatoes. Shit. Alright, now, let's stick to the plan, man. Stick to the plan. Alright, now you see we got our liquid boiling. Everything's ready to go. Just gonna go ahead and throw our tomatoes in. Once we get our tomatoes in, all we're gonna do is want to get it to come back to a boil. Once we get it to a boil, we throw our chicken in. And then once we throw our chicken in, we're gonna lower the temperature and just let them have a nice little bath for the next like 45 minutes. So we're gonna let these break down for about 2 or 3 minutes, come back to a boil, and then we're gonna go ahead and put the chicken in. All right, so as you can see, our sauce is boiling away right now. Tomatoes are breaking down little by little. This is where we're gonna go ahead and throw our boy in. We're gonna throw him in skid side down so we render off all that flavor that had accumulated in the pan. I know it sounds so technical, but nah, man, we just want to get all that brown stuff. All that brown stuff that we put on the chicken. We want to get that cooked off and get that into the flavor. Now what we're gonna do is cut that down to a medium heat. We're gonna let that chill. And this is just something that I like to do because we're doing this in a pan, we're not doing it in the oven or anything like that. So basically what I like to do is just cover it with a nice piece of foil. It still vents, it still lets some of the liquid out because I want some of the liquid to be reserved still. I want it to stay in the pan, but I do want some to escape because if not, it'll just turn into a big soupy mess. Alright, it's been about 20 minutes now. We're gonna go ahead and take this off. See how our chicken doing. Oh, it's nice and firm. But it's not where we want it yet. Oh, yeah. Now I'm talking. Now we talking, bro. Alright. I said about 40 minutes. Okay, I'm changing that. It's gonna be about an hour. But at the end of this hour, bro, this chicken is gonna be some You see, we ain't messed with it too much. We didn't do much to it. It's very, very simple. Simplicity is difficult. Always remember that. But man, I can already taste it and feel it. Man, this shit is gonna be bomb ass, bro. When this is done right here. All right, man, this is what we've been working up to. And you see, we got our chicken braising. It's been about 50 minutes right now. So it's like, this is perfectly braised right now. The only thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna take the chicken out and I'm gonna finish up the sauce, and all I'm doing by that is adding our parsley. I'm gonna put in a teaspoon of sugar just because there's so much acid in this salt. In this sauce, we need something to cut it with. And then I'm just gonna add a little bit of butter just to make it extra rich. And then I'll be plating it up in 1 second, and then we'll get busy. We're only gonna give it like half a tablespoon. Not even like a good heaping teaspoon. Half a tablespoon. Let's go with that. That'll be perfect. So we get that all stirred up. I see that bay leaf. We don't need that bay leaf no more, man. If it just pops up like that, get rid of it. You don't need it. He served its purpose. Yeah, man. That sugar did a big, big difference. And we're just gonna finish it with a little bit of butter. Alamanu, Montebur, whatever you want to say, bro. We're just finishing it with butter, enriching it, makes it a little bit more luscious. And I'm gonna go ahead and finish stirring this up, making it right, and then we're going to get plating, and then we're gonna get busy, and we're gonna get to see how good this tastes. Okay, this is the final product. We got some pasta here with just some Parmesan and olive oil. And we got our braised chicken right here, ready to go. Me, personally, this dish right here is enough for me. Some people love their carbs, so that's the reason why I put the pasta in there. But I'm gonna knock this chicken out because this is more than enough food right here. So let's get down into it and see what it's like. All right, man, we about to get into this food. I'm thankful for this. This is it might have took a little while, but probably an hour and a half altogether. Probably about a half hour worth of prep time. The rest is just cooking time. Not that hard to make, man. And the outcome is worth. You'll see for yourself. You just have to try, bro. I mean, if you don't like anything that I do or don't use, switch it up. Just follow the same technique. Just follow the same, template that I've given. And do what you will with it. But let's get into this and let's see how this is right here. Wow, boy. I mean, it's so tender you don't need a fork. I mean, you don't need a knife. You just use your fork. But the flavor, man, just so simple, man. I didn't put in a lot of spices. I didn't do much to this whatsoever. And the balance of everything, that little touch of sugar at the end and a little bit of butter, it just makes everything even better, man. I swear. Man, I hope you guys try this, bro. Hold on a second. Hold on. Damn. I'm glad you guys were here to enjoy this with me. Nothing better than I do when I'm cooking for people, when I'm feeding people. Man, right now the only thing that sucks, ain't nobody here to taste this. But I got leftovers, and I'm gonna share it with somebody tomorrow. So no worries on that. But this is awesome. Like I said, I hope you learned something. I hope you had a good time. I hope you tried it, because like I said, simplicity is difficult. It's just like ignorance is bliss.
simplicity is difficult. And if you don't have no idea how this is made or anything like that, that's ignorance is bliss, because you're gonna sit here and you're gonna eat this. And you're gonna be like, whoa, how did they do that? But the simple fact is, man, you gotta do something. So, I hope you like, I hope you subscribe, I hope you share, I hope you throw comments my way, throw requests, throw criticism, throw ideas. Whatever you got, man, throw that shit at me. I'm down for it. I love cooking, you know. Mike Tyson loved fighting. Keep throwing people at him, he'll show you what time it is. Keep throwing food my way and see what I do. Other than that, I love you guys, man. And I really appreciate that you guys got to share a little bit of this with me. You guys have a good night, man.